Welcome to RTA Motorsports.
Hello everyone and welcome. Crash here, this RTA Motorsports. Let me shut that fan off, and we're going to be jumping into Assetto Corsa Competizione again, and that's because there was a pretty sizable update for specifically us VR users yesterday, and it's the changelog 0.2.1. We're going to go over some of the differences, some of the things they have improved upon, and then we're going to try it. As you know, if you have seen these live streams before, we've been having issues with the Assetto Corsa Competizione in VR. It hasn't really taken away from the fact that, you know, it is an early release and we are having fun with it. But, you know, at the end of like 30-minute races, we are getting crashes almost every single race. So we're going to see if we get a crash tonight, as well as, you know, I'm just going to go over some of the differences as far as the, you know, increased control that we have in VR and some of the issues we're still having, because we are still having some issues specifically with the menu system. So again, I want to say thank you to everyone that's just joining in. Definitely leave some comments in the comment box below if you have any questions as to what we are experiencing. And then we're going to be jumping into the changelog in just a second. See here, let's make sure we got everything up and running. Trying to make sure we got the sound going. We do have the changelogs up there that we're going to be going over in just a moment. So this is directly from their Steam page, their update page here. Let's see. All right, so we got a few people in. Thank you so much for joining in. And we're just going to start right now. So this, again, is changelog 0.2.1. As previously stated before, if you need to edit everything, or anything, I should say, as far as the HUD or the menu positions, you're going to want to go to this file here in your computer and then edit it in Notepad, just like they have listed there. So it should be your documents folder, Assetto Corsa Competizione config VR settings.json. And within there, you could adjust the different parameters. We do have a video, and it's still valid as far as what you need to do when you're in that file. You're going to want to check out our video. I'll put it in the description box after we upload this video, so that way you could just go straight to that. But yeah, once you're in there, you could adjust different parameters as far as the size of menus and whatnot. But while we're in the title now, we do have a little bit more control, which is nice. This link here just takes you to their forum index, but you're going to want to look here. So we have basic keyboard controls for the UI: up, down, left, right, back, page up, page down. The scaling issue for VR, I wasn't really getting that because we don't have a 6 degrees of freedom motion rig. I don't know if they're just talking about as far as scaling issues as far as moving within the cockpit. That may be the case. But we weren't really having too much of an issue as far as when we were moving around in the cockpit with our VR headset on. The main issue that we have been having, and we are still having, as far as viewing the menus is concerned. So the menus are still, now they're not directly below us and behind us. They're still below us, but they're below us not as much as before, and they're in front of us. So the main menu and everything like that, we can still view, which is nice to see, but it's still below us and there's no way to bring it up. So there is a way, if you're not having this issue, if you're seeing the menu right in front of you by default, but it's still too far away or too close, you could use Control Shift, and then the left and right keys on your keyboard at the same time to bring it in and out, or the Control left and right keys. Now, I think the Control left and right, let's see here, one affects the field of view and the other one just affects the menu itself, but I kind of noticed as far as the menu system itself, it feels about the same, and I'm not noticing any FOV changes while I'm in the title when using either one of those controls. There is a menu that pops up when you're going in between the menu system and the race. That kind of gives you a brief synopsis of what the controls do. So that's nice to see now too. They are also optimizing some of the different things, like we were experiencing flashing within the title itself, especially at night or rain races. That has been adjusted. It says flames and sparks are now not rendered in internal cameras in the focused car to avoid unwanted flashes. And I didn't know what those flashes were about, but I guess, you know, they have definitely adjusted that there, and it's glad to see that I wasn't going crazy. Now, they're saying that they fixed pit stops casually affecting the wrong car. We haven't had to do pit stops yet. I have practiced, done practice sessions where we went in, we did a pit stop. There's not really in VR any controls as far as when you go in and you do your pit stop. It does take your car and it feels like it's raising it up. The whole motion rig moves, and then you hear them changing all your tires around. And then when you come back out, your tires are cold and your brakes are cold. You need to heat them back up. It's a very basic pit stop implementation at the moment, but we knew that because it said basic pit stops on this update. Also, what does it say here? Oh, all the way at the bottom, that's the most important one. Fixed possible crashes after 30 minutes. So when we did this update, we just did it right now. We actually, before we updated, we uninstalled the Assetto Corsa Competizione because we were also having some texture issues on some of the curbs and whatnot that some people were not having. We seem to be having that issue all by our lonesome as far as live streams have been concerned. I completely uninstalled the title and we reinstalled the title. And I, you know, just to prevent any sort of like pre-existing issues remaining if we had any issues with the install of the last one. So uninstalled, reinstalled. We went to a few practice sessions and everything seems to be fine. Everything seems to be working pretty darn smooth. And there has been another big update. So if you have, by default, this steering wheel has kind of gained these controls. But if you have a joystick on your keyboard at all, we now have a 0 control on the wheel itself, and that is if you have your thumbstick, if you're utilizing that for navigation in the menus, left, right, you know, up and down to navigate the main menus, you can now use either left or right. If you hold it for 2 seconds, it will actually reset your head position when you're in a race session. And that is pretty cool. So you don't really have to anymore try to reach for your keyboard while in the headset and press Control Space. You could, while you're on your rig and right behind your wheel, just hold left or right on your joystick. If that's what you use to navigate your menus, hold it for about 2 seconds. Seems to be a little bit more than that. And then it resets your 0 point. So that is awesome as well. So we're going to jump in. And hopefully the sound works because I have been having issues with sound with this title. I will check it before we actually go ahead with the race to make sure that is all working well. And then we will go from there. Let me... let's pause that. And again, if you want to see any of the change logs, if you want to read up on it yourself, definitely go to the Steam Assetto Corsa Competizione, their game page there, and then you could read up on all of that on your own if you have any questions. All right, see, we actually lost sound again. If you have any questions as to what's going on with this update a little bit further, definitely leave them in the comment box. I'll try to investigate it if I don't know the answer and get back to you as soon as possible. I know there's issues that people are having that seem to go beyond what specific head mount display you have. And so hopefully, you know, things get ironed out with this changelog as well. Okay, and I am just going to grab one more thing. Oh, there we go. Got it. Okay. And we are going to jump into a 30-minute session. As we said, I want to see if it crashes at the end again. I'm a little anxious to do so because it seems to crash like within the last 10 seconds of every race, you know, so it's a little bit annoying. I mean, but you kind of know exactly, for the most part, how you're going to finish within the last 10 seconds of the event when you're coming around on the last lap. So it's not too terrible. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it is kind of annoying. You can't see the menu system still, which is a little weird. We are going to do a quick race at the Misano World Circuit, just like we have been. Weather is clear. We have everything set to Pro, and we are driving the Bentley Continental GT3, just like we have been. I want to keep everything similar as to where it was before. There is a menu up that you guys can't see also that is that was actually showing me some of the controls. So we do have grid position random. It looks like it's going to be similar to last race that we did, where we started, it looks like 17th. Last time was 18th. So not too bad. It's going to be a nice and good comparison there. I do like on the menu system how it kind of shows you not only where you're gridding, but then it also shows you where your teammates are gridding in the same vehicle. It's pretty clear to see that we're going to be one of the lead Bentley Continental GT3s out there. No pressure. They also changed by default the fast formation lap. So if you want the full formation lap, you do have to change that in the options. Let's go to setup, and we will... There we go. Okay. So you can see here if we hold this.
This is a long race session. Watch out and remember that our target is P10. Repeat, position 10.
You can see the 0 point just changed for me holding it on the wheel there.
Green light. Go, go, go.
So far, AI seems to be doing pretty good as far as awareness goes. The world doesn't seem to be popping out as soon as we were experiencing before in the mirror. Look at this, door to door. We're not getting hit by the AI, which is nice to see. Got a teammate here. Gonna come up on the inside. Oh, some understeering there. All right, and the first lap is down.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Everything seems to be working smooth. The textures of the cars don't seem to be popping in and out as they were before, as abruptly, I should say. I don't know what it looks like on your screen. The AI is taking various different lines, which is nice to see. Oh, AI is hitting each other right there. Saved, saved by the Audi. I thought he was going to be coming around from that maneuver that he did. more I race in this, the more and more I'm really enjoying the AI model.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
We are currently 12th, P12. Got 25 minutes left of the session. Look at this. He is not letting me take it. He's driving all the way up on the curb. All the way on the inside. So as far as the menus are concerned in the HUD, they need to come up with a control for a fix for now to allow us to raise and lower the menus. Instead of in and out, raise them up and down. Because then I could run with the menus the way they should be, rather than fix the headset. Because it is, I mean, it works when it's fixed to the headset. HUD layer 2 and menu layer 2. It works, but it is kind of hard to still see the things in the corners, in the peripheral of the HUD and the menus. It works for now, but if they could fix the layers being way too low and stuck that way, that would be awesome. Going out wide, definitely early apex the heck out of that one. That was pretty horrible. We are still coming up on this Ferrari here. Looks like we're going to be P9 now. Really need to get it in there. That was a little bit smoother. You really gotta use every inch of the curbs on this course so you don't end up running off. can still see some textures in the mirror there cutting in and out. Not experiencing the texture issue on the curves as I was before. It would have been on the inside of this curve here and the last one. Where essentially the curve was gone. I was able to see the world underneath, so that's good. I don't know if uninstalling and reinstalling fixed that issue or if it was just the update, because not everyone had that issue, so. AI jumped way to the side there. I don't know what that was about. Could like see the exact moment that he recognized we were there. So the AI does give a good fight. Seems like when you pass them, when you get a few cars lengths on them, they just kind of fall off. We don't have AI at 100%. We're running, I think it's 86 as far as opponent strength and aggression. So I don't know if turning that up is going to fix that issue. I kind of like the way they are. Oh. That started as my fault. Kind of hit him a little too hard there. Like I was saying, I don't know if that's going to... I'm sure with increasing their opponent's skill level, it's going to fix that issue. I like the fight and the level that they're at here. I'm sure if I increase their strength to like 95, they would probably outrun me like crazy. But as far as the aggression goes, I like where they're at right now. Just when they're ahead of you, it seems like they have a different profile than when they're behind you. When they're behind you by a few car lengths, they almost just run their own race with the AI amongst themselves. They're not really... They kind of fall off as far as their speed is concerned. When they're ahead of you, you see them very dynamic and almost very aggressive, but not in an unhuman sort of way. I really enjoy this setting. It's very impressive. It's fun to watch almost. All the different lines that they take and everything like that. But I notice in the mirror, then again, we are having some texture dropping off, so I don't see all the cars in the mirror, but you see that variability ahead of us right there, that Lamborghini jumping on the inside of the AMG, just the way he did there. It's nice to see. I don't know if that's happening so much behind us. It would be interesting to see in the replay if the cars and all aspects of the track are doing that. Currently P8. Got 16 minutes left of this session. The sounds are phenomenal. Definitely the sounds are much better, in my opinion, than Assetto Corsa. They're up there with race room racing experience, without a doubt. And the level of performance I'm getting for the visuals is actually pretty nice. I mean, I don't have any super sampling up. It's very important to note. No super sampling at the moment. To me, it looks pretty good. I could read most of the gauge cluster. It's not as sharp and not as clear as what you get with the Assetto Corsa. I mean, yeah, with the Assetto Corsa 1, because the Assetto Corsa 1 was very easy to run in comparison. So you can put super sampling on, but iRacing is probably the clearest title out there in VR as far as clarity is concerned. In my opinion, it looks very good. Project Cars 2 does not run as smoothly as this, in my opinion. Even in the rain, it seems to be a lot more demanding. I definitely have to knock a lot of those settings a little bit lower than what we're experiencing here.
We're at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
P6 currently. I want to get in the top 3. It's not a good time to do that. See if we can get on the inside of them here. How was it the cleanest pass? Little stutter there graphically. "12 minutes left. Let's see what we can do." I know I'm going to be able to probably get on the inside of him here. Is he going to try to take it back? Oh, he did. He got me. Oh, he just hit me on the outside. I'm sorry. I think we're pulling away from him. I don't see him in the mirror yet. He's trying to hold it. There we go. All right. So we got the AMG. Oh, off the track. Coming around in front of that grandstands, I do notice a slight bit of stuttering, so I can tell you almost definitely the frame rates are dropping below 90. without a doubt there, but it's not, I mean, I have to look for it. I definitely have to look for it. Definitely stopped way too aggressively there. We got 9 minutes left in this session here. 9 minutes. Got the third and the second place car right up there. They are quick. They are quick. We're catching them, but slowly. I don't know if we, 8 minutes left. I don't know if we have enough time. Looks like that AMG may try to make a move on that Audi. Oh, we went way out wide. Seven minutes.
this has been your personal best.
That was a very aggressive pass. Woo! Way too fast through there. I don't even see where the first place car is. He is gone. Look how far ahead he is. So far, we're P2, 4 minutes left. Oh, off the track. Yeah, we definitely don't have enough, not enough in the tank to really catch that first place car, I don't think.
Well done, mate. Fastest lap so far.
30 seconds left. Basically just going against my time here. I want to get a faster lap. My best is a 138.115. My last lap was 138.256. Way off on the inside of that track, but it didn't help us any.
Excellent job, mate.
138.229. All right, let's see if they'll allow us to bring it back to pits. We could go all the way around, or if it's just gonna cut out and fade away. There we go. So it didn't crash. That's a big thing. It did not crash. Our lap time seemed to be in the 138 range, which is nice to see. Nice little fade out window there. And yeah, so we finished second place. We were 15 seconds behind the lead car. We'll enjoy some of the replay. While that's going on, let's talk about some of our experience here, because that was actually quite interesting of an experience. It worked really good. I do got to say it worked really good. We didn't get a crash. That's kind of like the main thing there. We did not experience any sort of crash or issues as far as some serious frame stutters. We did have the occasional frame stutter, which happened where it was expected when you're coming around, you're first visualizing the grandstands with all the people and the flags and everything like that. But they weren't that bad. I mean, I could tell the frame rate kind of came down a little bit, but it wasn't as jarring as you experience in most other titles. We did start 17th, we finished second, so I think it's probably time we're going to start bumping up the AI strength a little bit. I do like the aggressiveness of the AI and where they're at there, but I think the AI strength we're going to bump up from 86 to maybe like 95 and give that a test run and get our butts whooped pretty badly and see how that works. But I do like where we're at. You can see our white and green Bentley just passed the screen there. The replays are good. The sounds are good. Everything there is really impressive. We are not through walls or anything on these replays like we were last time. Last time the camera was kind of off as far as where we were supposed to be situated, and the camera itself was showing us through the walls. There we go. We just passed by there. I do got to say, in VR, it doesn't look as impressive on a monitor. You do notice a lot of aliasing going on. A lot of jaggies, a lot of texture on the cars in the distance popping in and out, and you guys can see that on your side as well. A lot of the cars, as they're coming in to about that sign right there, you can start seeing the liveries sort of pop up on the car. It looks like a lot of the cars that are behind us are still being actively aggressive with each other. You see the Audi coming up on the inside there, so that's good to see. I was kind of wondering if when you pass them and they're about 5 or 6 car lengths behind you, if they just go into that snake sort of formation where they don't actively try to pass each other, but it looks like they are, which is very impressive to see and something I wasn't expecting to see. We're making the corner right there. You got some cars coming up on the inside, way behind us in the back of the pack, so that's still good to see. Everyone's bunched up pretty good. You can see us coming up on the inside of that red Ferrari there. Looks like 3 wide at that moment there. Let's see what's going on here. Yep, we have passed quite a few cars. You can still see that Bentley and that Ferrari in the back still battling it out, which is very good to see, and that answers my question there. See us, we're now coming around through that turn. You got the last 3 cars kind of spreading out a little bit from each other, the 2 Ferraris and the Bentley all the way in the back. So far, everything is looking pretty good. I'm very happy to see everything is running as smooth as can be. Various lines there through the AI. That texture popping in is a little bit annoying on the liveries of the car, especially if you're in a replay. I think the draw distance needs to be a little bit further if your graphics card can handle it. I don't know if it's automatic depending on the system and it trying to maintain a certain frame rate, but yes, we moved up quite a bit by this point. Still no change in those last 3 cars, so I don't know if they're done kind of fighting with each other there or if they're going to try. Let's see if that Lambo tries to make a move. Nope. They seem to be following suit back there, and I don't know if it's just a fact of them spreading out or if they're not actively going to go at it, if the AI model is not going to allow them to do so. But it's not clearly obvious, which is nice to see, because AI is all about tricking us into believing and feeling like we're racing against something tangible, people. So I'm liking it so far. I can't wait to next time experience AI at a little bit of a stronger level, and we'll see if they put up more of a fight as they start drifting behind us, if at all. I mean, we very well could just get our butts completely whooped by them, and we'll be behind everybody. So it looks like that Lamborghini is still putting quite a bit of pressure on that Bentley all the way in the back of the pack. Trying to see if there's any other fights going on all the way in the back. Nope, still nothing there. They're just following suit at the moment. But everyone is kind of spreading out too, so it's kind of hard to say at this point. But alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed. I'm Crash, this is RTA Motorsports. Definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, that thumbs up if you can. I really greatly appreciate it. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, so that way we can try to get our community tab, so that way we can converse with you guys a little bit off camera, as well as let you all know when we're doing our live streaming, because as you can see here, this is another kind of off-the-cuff live stream. If I could let you all know 24 hours in advance, at the very least, that we're going to do a live stream, I think that would be easier for everybody, and we were unfortunately not going to get to that point until we hit 10,000 subscribers. So definitely help us try to get to that point. That's our goal right now. Again, I'm Crash, RTA Motorsports. If you have any questions as far as this update and my experience, leave them in the comment box. There is a video that I'm going to put in the description where we went over some of the basic tweak settings inside that My Documents file and what they do. I'm going to post that video in the description when this video goes live after the live stream, so that way you can check that out on how to locate that file and what it looks like. So as usual, I hope you all have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you all next time.